Hello YouTube, this is Shylock once again, and this is part 4 of my Brutii Let's Play for Realm Total War. A quick announcement before I start with the actual talking about the video and whatnot. I'm gonna hold myself to one video per week starting today. So yeah, unlike the last time when you had to wait like 2 months for it, that's not happening again. At least one that is, so you can expect at least one per week. Anyways, now that's over with. Let's begin with the video. So first off, a great part of a successful blitzkrieg is to plan everything out before you start. And I'm gonna go over my current plans for this campaign now. So right now I have a couple of armies out and about. Obviously, their goal is to push on until they cannot push on anymore, at which point they'll either turn back and help out with something else, or just dig in and hold what they have. Right now I have 2 armies in Turkey. One will take out Pontus, another is gonna go after the Seleucids. I have 1 army in Thrace right now. That army is going to finish off Thrace and maybe Dacia, we'll see. I have 1 last army in Gaul. Well, not Gaul, actually, in northern Italy-ish, where the Gauls have a couple of cities. I'm going to have that army take northern Italy. Afterwards, I might have that army go after the Julii. That depends on a lot of things that has yet to happen, so we'll see. Right now, every turn I'm running a net positive of about 20k. With that money, I'm just building economic buildings, so that as my empire expands, I can still keep up with troops and mercenaries and everything. So one of the problems that I'm gonna have to eventually deal with is Rome itself. It has a pretty good stack, 20 units, and then a couple of units in the town as well. There's a couple of ways that I might be able to take it out, most of which are relatively sketchy, but knowing me, that's something you've come to expect. So first off, one of the things I could do is obviously the most straightforward method is to take them straight on. That's gonna take a while. I need to build up a pretty decent army which I don't have. I have a lot of armies, a lot of small armies. I don't have like 1 large army, so that's gonna be a bit of a problem. That's gonna take a while, and time is money, so that might not be too wise. Another method is to get lucky with a spy, meaning I wait for the large stack to move away from Rome so it won't be able to reinforce during that turn. And then hopefully my spy can open the gates so I can attack Rome on the exact same turn I declare war, therefore knocking the Senate out of the game, and that huge stack will become rebel, at which point it won't pose any further threat to me. And the last method I can think of is wait for my cities in Italy to grow a bit and then build ballistas. And that method will work pretty much exactly the same as the spy method. So yeah, as you saw right there, I made a couple of clumsy cuts. I'm trying to shorten things. The last few videos kind of felt tedious to me. I'm gonna try to go back to the style I had when I made my barbarian invasion videos, where I made very liberal cuts, cutting out anything that I considered not so very enlightening or entertaining. Same thing here. So you can see I have all these 1 navy stacks that are transporting all my troops here and there. Very efficient in my opinion. Since the auto resolve in this game really heavily favors the AI, I'm gonna have to have much larger numbers to even have the possibility of winning. So it's better to just not bother with it, since you can fit a huge army on 1 little ship, right? I don't expect to take out Halicarnassus. That settlement has a very nasty garrison. So if they sally to attack me, I can take them out. Otherwise, I'll just leave them and go after Sardis next turn. Like settlements like that, I'm gonna leave a couple here and there, so that my main stacks won't waste time to taking out rebels and stuff. You see, the timing of my attacks are already getting a little inefficient. Like in the beginning of the game, I was attacking against like 4 unit stacks and stuff like that. The garrison in Sardis, if you saw that earlier, is about 10 units, full of militia hoplites. That's what happens when you wait a long time. The AI gets a lot of troops, and it just makes your life difficult. So pretty soon, I'm gonna have to stop all my attacks, basically because I can't continue them and hope to win. So what I'm doing here is I'm blocking the big Gaul stack right there on the watchtower from attacking me, and I'm gonna siege Batavium from the other side. Basically, this way they won't be able to attack me. But I miscalculated one small thing, and later on it's gonna bite me in the ass. But it's not a huge deal. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I have that in this video. So I have a lot of reinforcements flowing up from Croton and Tarentum to northern Italy, and the Gaul stacks are okay. So I'm not gonna waste my troops on this. I'll just have the Julii do what they can, because that's the best for me. As usual, whenever the AI asks you for trade rights, I usually agree, but then not for free. I may make it a point to sell them a map, and in return I get some money. I'll take whatever I can get, because the AI is usually generally pretty fair about this kind of stuff. So here we are, 4 spear warbands, doable, relatively doable. Even though the power bar is very much in the AI's favor. The AI, however, has one thing that's really messed up. That is, they undercount generals. Generals are very, very powerful. You cannot underestimate them. So with this army right here, what my battle plan is, I don't really expect my town militias to get any kills, but then again, I do expect them not to get killed right away. Meaning well, with those traits, they can actually make pretty good anvils to the hammers of my generals. So that's basically the plan here. I'm gonna engage the enemy with my militias, and then I'll have my cav come in and rape everyone. Pretty simple, really. If you know that little trick right there, most of the Total War campaigns are gonna be pretty easy for you. So here's a first AI unit rushing out in the middle of nowhere, getting surrounded. Very bad idea. Never do this in multiplayer. Just don't. Yeah, and also the barbarian units have very bad morale. You see it right there. Before my units just touch them and they all start routing. Against Gaul, this is very useful. And this is why I feel confident in bringing town militias against much better infantry, and so I can get away with it because my cavalry can rout units very quickly, and therefore all I need my town militia to do is to survive for like 5 seconds, and that's it. Excuse me. So yeah, in the future, easy battles like this, don't expect to see too many of these. Because, well, I think I've been showing enough as it is. So, maybe 1 or 2 here or there, but not yeah, I'm gonna, like I said earlier, I'm gonna start making much more liberal use of cuts. So right here, I'm just chasing people down, and I just cut out the chasing sequence, because that's not exactly important. Right. Earlier I mentioned that I made a blunder in this video, and here is where I think it's here where it commences. So first off, this works out all in my favor. I'm gonna retreat, but then again, this is not what I wanted. I cannot retreat anymore, and there's no option to select not to reinforce. Therefore, I'm more or less forced into fighting the battle. Doable, the enemy has a lot of units, of course. General, cavalry, bunch of spears. So my cavalry needs to get a lot of kills for this to even work out. And this is probably one of the more difficult battles I've had to deal with in this campaign. And this is only the starting point. The AIs are going to have much larger armies down the road, and my life will get more and more difficult. Let's see. So I'm just gonna wait for my reinforcements. There's no way I can beat them with just one unit. So yeah. Okay, so the tactics I'm gonna use here is basically the same tactics as I use in almost every one of my barbarian invasion videos, which is form a line with my infantry, wait for the enemy to come to me. I'll have my generals run some raiding charges on the enemy cavalry to knock them out, and after that, I'm gonna hopefully entice the enemy cavalry to launch an all-out and maybe somewhat reckless attack on my main lines, at which point I surround and kill them all. And then after that, it's just about wiping out the rest of their infantry. So that's basically the idea here, and let's see how much of that I can actually bring to reality. So there's one of the AI's cavalry units, and well, getting charged and staying still is probably a bad idea, and there they go. Another is coming at me. I can take him on, of course, but I don't want to take him on so close to the enemy lines. But then I want to surround them and not just engage them from the front. So here we are. I have it, and there goes another. And I think at this point the enemy general is coming for me. Yeah. Another thing I realized in this video is that when you have two units in a group, they kind of, yeah, you see here that they're moving so that the initial formation that I set them in, they're always trying to return to that, which is sometimes not in your best interests. I'm gonna be a little careful with that in the future, but for this time, that's one of the mistakes I made. So right now, what I wanted was I want a relatively isolated battle, so my guys can mop up the enemy general in peace. So what I'm doing here is I'm sending one unit of militia and my equites off to the side to distract some of the enemies. But then town militia is town militia after all. They're really bad, and equites are not much better. Yeah, so both of those units rout. And the barbarian general is about to die. There he goes. Okay, now the first two phases of my plan have basically been accomplished, and now all that's left is to wipe out the infantry. And since they lost their general and some of their units are routing, their morale is really bad right now. Even though I've lost like a third of my army, it's fine. I didn't lose the more important 2/3 of my army. Okay, so now just a couple of hammer and anvil strikes, and this will be it. And the AI is actually helping me. Look, did you guys see that? Before my generals even touched that unit, they routed, which is a pretty good testament to how much morale they have. And another thing they're doing is some of the AI units is chasing some of my routing units, which I actually welcome at this point. Coming at me piecemeal is the best thing that could ever happen. And that whole blob of units is going to die. And that's about it for this battle. I was horrendously outnumbered, of course, and here we are. It's kind of amusing seeing how a couple of small companies of horsemen charge into that big of a blob of units, and that blob of unit just dissolves. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Okay, that's it for this battle. I'm going to talk a bit for the campaign as this battle finishes up. So in Italy, I'm making up a lot of units. It's the same thing in Greece. Wherever I can, I keep pumping units. My economy can easily support it, and I'm gonna need those units pretty soon. My plan is for the armies I raise is one is to the Civil War, of course. Another is to invade Egypt. The goal here in Egypt, what you need to do, you need pikes, which is not a Roman strength. Since there are a lot of bridges in Egypt and there's a lot of chariots, Egyptians use a lot of chariots, pikes and bridges and chariots. The combination thereof is going to make a very bad day for the chariotmen. So that's the reasoning there. So Dacia, well, they, just like most barbarian factions, they don't have a lot of morale, and if I remember correctly, they have some pretty good units, mercenary-wise, in the lands they occupy. So that's going to make my life relatively easy. You see here, the AI is trying to offer me GPT, gold per turn. I'm not going to take it because, first off, they're not going to last 10 turns against me. Right after I finish off Thrace, I'm going to invade Dacia, so that's not efficient. And there's another reason you need to think about is well, in the real world, there's interest rates. In this game, not so much, but it's there. 100 denarii on turn 1 is worth much more on turn 10. So GPT, well, the number might be equal, but over certain numbers of turns, the money deflates and it's not worth as much. Okay, so here's another important thing that's well, another trick that's relatively important, I think. So in the eastern factions especially, they use a lot of mounted skirmishers. So when your units get close, the tendency for them is to run away from you. What I'm doing here is I'm gonna put one unit in front, so charge one unit in front of them, so the tendency for them is to run away towards the back, and then I'm gonna, and you see my general is coming from the back, so the skirmish function is gonna just loop back and forth, and you can catch the enemy like that in that way. See here, even though I took quite a bit of casualties, that's okay because, well, those things are a real pest to chase down when you don't have what you have. That didn't really make sense, but whatever. So my general can take the Greek generals straight on. Roman generals are just that much better, and my general have much more better stats. So that's all in a day's work. Sorry. I mean the cough, not the cut. Okay. So that's pretty much it for Thrace. They don't have much of a defense in their last city, and all of their armies are trying to march back to their last city, but they're not going to get there in time. Okay, Kydonia. That's one of the settlements I'm going to mop up later. Right now, I don't think it's efficient for my armies to go after it because well, Kydonia is rebel-owned, so the units in there doesn't grow over time, and so is whenever I take it, it's going to be the same difficulty level, whereas the actual AIs, they grow over time, so I want to take them out early, ASAP, as early as possible. Okay, so that's it for Thrace, their last city. They don't have much in there. Once I wipe them out, I'm going to have that army go after Dacia, and I'll have Thrace build up some army to invade Scythia. So here we are with the invasion of Byzantium, or soon to be renamed Constantinople. I prefer that name, actually, over the other two. Istanbul, no. Byzantium, no. Constantinople, best. Okay. This battle is gonna more or less showcase how good Cretan archers are. You see, that's the AI has no response for it. They can't defend the gates because I have my archers there, and if they try, they're gonna take horrendous casualties. So they're basically gonna have to let me into the city. At which point, well, I can use the side streets and whatnot to flank them. If you realize, I just realized that this army, infantry-wise, is all mercenary. That's fine. That's actually great, because Roman infantry early on is not even that good anyways. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna get my general in there, go down one street, get my hoplites in there, go down another, and wait for the enemy to get attached on my hoplites, at which point I'll have my general charge in. And these peltists I've actually somewhat found a use for. The AI really likes to target your peltists for whatever reason. So usually I just have them hang out just in front of my pikes. The AI will be tempted to attack them. I just retreat them behind my pikes, and then the AI will have a very bad day. So peltists are not as useless as I originally thought they were. In fact, they're somewhat useful. I'm not going to throw them away in the future. Okay, so there's peasants against pikemen. Nothing to it. The AI do have 2 units of pikemen left, but they're not in a very good position. And this will be over soon. I need to eat less salt. Salt is bad for you. Okay, I'm pulling back now, and oh yeah, I didn't use my peltists to bait. I remember correctly now. I just used them to throw. So the AI with the pikes doesn't want to attack me. That's understandable, but with the addition of missile units, they don't really have a choice. And basically, usually missile units serve that purpose. It doesn't serve so much as to kill the enemy. It usually serves to take away their options. Like, they can't wait you out, they can't defend, and they have to come to you. That missile units don't work like that earlier on, but like once you get to Empire and stuff, you use them to kill. Not here though, not here. So as soon as I start pelting the AI with stuff, they're more or less, well, the AI's response is not retreat but to attack me. I've more or less cut off the path to the town square as well, so this is their only option, and that's a heroic death, I suppose. Ugh, hiccups and coughing. Oh my god. Such a bad time to make a video, right? Ugh, and sneezing. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. So, whenever charging into pikes, even your own, with cavalry, you have to be a little careful, because the horses, when caught up on the pikes, will die, even if the pikes are your own. It's very realistic in that sense, but it might not be the most ideal in that sense. Yeah, so that's it for this one. I'm just gonna chase them down. Getting chevrons in this game is very good. Each chevron provides 1 point of stat boosts, unlike a lot of the later games, which several chevrons give you 1. So in essence, if you get like a 9 chevron militia unit, that militia unit can kill off like Hastati and stuff, which is pretty funny in my opinion. So yeah, once I get a whole bunch of chevrons on my generals, they're just going to be that much more difficult to kill for the enemy. So here is the last battle. I do realize that there is such a thing as going too deep. So even though there's one more rebel settlement to my north, I'm not going to take it. If I do, I'm probably going to piss off Germania, and there is such a thing as having too many enemies. even I take the liberty of being cautious once in a while. So yeah. If I leave that rebel settlement to the north, the Germania won't feel tempted to attack me anytime soon. So I can focus my attention on the Civil War and the Gauls. And another thing, if you guys would like to post your experiences with the Roman Senate and how you took them out, feel free to. I would need some ideas, because to be frank with you guys, when I played all my campaigns before, usually what I did was I conquered the rest of the map, and then I got all kinds of huge stacks and powerful stacks, and then I just go to Rome and auto-resolve. This time I'm trying to rush it, so it's going to be different from what I've done in the past. So your guys' input will help me to get the most efficient way to do it, hopefully. So the idea here for what's left is I'm gonna get to the town square. If I can't catch any more enemy units, that's fine, I suppose. I'm gonna get to the town square, use my missiles to entice the enemy to attack me, and pick them off as they come. So this cut was made semi-clumsily. So what happened was my units got to the town square, and a unit of naked fanatics charged out. I wiped them out, and now I'm just getting into position to spam missiles and kill whoever comes out to attack me. I'm holding my general in reserve to launch when a decisive charge is needed. Right now, it really isn't. So I'm just waiting here. The AI, I think, at this point has like a spear warband and a unit of peasants left, so not much of a challenge. But then again, I do like to preserve my units. Those peltasts you see there are not exactly peltasts; they're Illyrian skirmishers. The idea behind that unit is that they can fight melee as well as throw shit, but their stats don't really allow for it. But then again, they are better than your average peltasts, so I do use them for that for the role that CA probably meant for them to have. So this is pretty much it. If you saw any mistakes on my part, let me know. And would you like to see more campaign map or more battles? Because I think I've been a little heavier on the battle part in the recent videos, so I'll probably do more campaign map. And I think that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.
Aye, aye, Captain. Orders. March. Aye, aye, Captain. Orders. Forward. Aye, Captain. Sir. General. Onward.